everyone. It's June 4th, 2020. I'm Eric. I'm a little fucking pissed off today, and I really try hard not to be angry. I do. But I saw something on Tucker Carlson that just made me fucking sick and made my blood boil. And I'm pretty sure that some of you have already seen exactly what I'm fucking talking about. We're going to look at this clip, and then we're going to get into it. You ready? Let's do it.
Suddenly, many are performing this ritual, including police around the country. The mob wants victory, but more than that, it wants the total humiliation of its enemies.
I work for Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry that I scared you. But since I work for that company, my CEO has told me to come out today and to bring you on your knees because you have white privilege. So if they see that a white person is getting on their knees, that shows solidarity for the situation. And could you just please apologize for your white privilege? Just apologize?
I am. I'm trying to think of the right words to say because that's a big thing to say.
It's big.
It comes from.
It's large in this country.
I'm incredibly sorry.
Why do we kneel? We kneel because we've lost. We kneel before our victors.
Speak for yourself, Tucker.
They have won.
We haven't
we
lost.
Put down our resistance.
This shit is just
beg
going.
For their mercy. But
If my computer will cooperate
forgive.
with me here.
We're on your side, we shout. We're in solidarity. Spare us. But they do.
So, that woman that just knelt for that fucking Black Lives Matter piece of shit, she does not deserve the life she is living. All of you people out there who are cowering to the police, to the state, to the police state, to these fucking scumbags out there thinking that they're having some kind of revolution when they're not. They're not having a revolution. They're doing the work of the man. And now we have CNN attacking my children. And if you're white, attacking your children. Any fucking white parent that does this shit right here should be hung. Any white person kneeling before these motherfuckers should be hung. There's no more room for weakness. If you're weak, get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. Hear the tale of a fallen people destined to wander their broken land. This is from Michael Schneider, Economic Collapse blog. America is falling, and violence is covering the land like a flood. I'm not going to cry about it, though, like Michael wants us to cry about it, because we have to face the day of reckoning with strength and resolve and hardness. And it's here. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Now, I told you last summer that I thought the attacks on white people would ratchet up. And they did. They did ratchet up. But now they're going much further with this. Much further. As I was reflecting on the nightmarish events of the past several days, a line from a song from one of my favorite bands of all time kept coming to mind. And I have made that line the title of this article. We are truly a fallen people. We definitely live in a broken, divided land. The death of George Floyd, which I don't think he's even dead. I mean, for crying out loud, he has a big Masonic symbol on his fucking chest. But hey, you know, a lot of people would think that I'm anti-Christian, or I'm Luciferian, or some shit like that. The fact of the matter is, I'm not anti any one of those things. I'm anti-church. Because in these churches, you have these people molesting our children and getting away with it. I'm anti-church for that reason. For the very same reason, I'm anti-government. I'm anti-police. I'm anti-state. Because when you put people on a pedestal, the way the United States has put all these individuals on the pedestal, now it's doctors and nurses and fucking morons who can't even ring your shit up right at the cash register. Have this motherfucker work! Clicking on the screen with their long-ass fingernails, moving their head back and forth like a fucking chicken. Well, she is a chicken, though. A fucking chicken head. Bark, bark! So, I just find it unbelievable, man. I find it unbelievable that this is what we become. Groveling on our fucking knees. And in my opinion, anyone who grovels that way does not deserve the life that they've been given. How about you? Do you think they deserve the life they've been given? And meanwhile, while all this is going on, Yellowstone recorded 11 earthquakes in just 24 hours. Yellowstone erupts, you can forget about everything you know in an instant. Right now, we're dealing with this, what was small incremental steps turning into the race for the finish line. And we have Yellowstone still to deal with. A lot of people don't think it erupted in our lifetime, but man, with every passing year, it looks like it's more and more likely that Yellowstone is going to erupt. All this shit going on. This is the one I really wanted to cover. And it's from John Whitehead of the Rutherford Institute. This is not a revolution. It is a blueprint for locking down the nation. In quotes, this is from John Lennon. When it gets down to having to use violence, then you are playing the system's game. The establishment will irritate you, pull your beard, flick your face to make you fight. But once they've got you violent, then you know they know how to handle you. John Lennon. Well, I disagree with John Lennon. It's the way in which your violence is directed and used. It's not that violence can't do any good. It can. Has. Brace yourselves. There is something being concocted in the dens of power far beyond the public eye. And it doesn't bode well for the future of this country. Anytime you have an entire nation so mesmerized by political theater and public spectacle that they are oblivious to all else, you'd better beware. Anytime you have a government that operates in the shadow, speaks in a language of force, and rules by fiat, you better be aware. And anytime you have a government so far removed from its people as to ensure that they are never seen, heard, or heeded by those selected to represent them, you'd better beware. What is unfolding before us is not a revolution. The looting, the burning, the rioting, the violence, this is an anti-revolution. This is to stop the counter-revolution of freedom. That's what this is. It's about ushering in the United Nations Agenda 2030. It's about ending our ability to drive our cars and trucks. It's about taking from us everything that we have worked for as individuals and a nation. And that's what's being done. This big fucking transfer of wealth in the form of bailouts is being stolen from you, from your children, from your grandchildren, from generations ahead. These protesters are playing right into the government's hands because the powers that be want this. What really should be happening is quiet, clandestine missions of attrition. Not this outward violence where they have justification to throw all these dickheads with guns on the streets of America to shoot the public. No. Clandestine is the way to go. You'll never catch me out there among a big crowd like that doing stupid things like that. Never. It's better to operate in the dark, in the shadows. It's better to be quiet and humble. You keep hearing this term, reset. You know, Z Nation had that term in it. I believe The Walking Dead had that term in it. This term has been in many, many shows. Black Summer, Dark Winter. All of these terms have been in these shows. I wonder why that is. And are you prepared for what's ahead? Do you need help preparing? Do you need my hand as my brother? Let me know in the comment section. They want an excuse to lock down the nation and throw the switch to all-out martial law. They want a reason to make the police state stronger. And all of it's happening faster than we can keep up. And you know what's really sickening is they tested George Floyd for COVID-19, and he was positive, according to the medical examiner there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, Isn't that strange? Now the Justice Department, Just Us Department, is deploying federal prison riot teams to various cities. More than half of the nation's governors are calling on the National Guard to quell civil unrest. Growing numbers of cities having just barely emerged from a coronavirus lockdown are once again being locked down. How convenient, right? This time in response to the growing upheaval. And this isn't only happening in the United States. It's happening virtually every fucking where. I wonder why that is. This is how it begins. It's that dystopian 2030 Pentagon training video all over again, which anticipates the need for the government to institute martial law in order to navigate a world bedeviled by criminal networks, substandard infrastructure, religious and ethnic tensions, impoverishment, slums, open landfills, overburdened sewers, a growing mass of unemployed, and an urban landscape in which the preposterous economic elite must be protected from the impoverished. Let's see what this is. I don't know if we've ever watched this together. Okay. So there's a link to another article and not the fucking video. Oh well. They can suck my ass. I'm not paying them any money. We're way ahead of schedule now. A couple years ago, like when Donald Trump was being elected, they were behind. They were behind. And now that dickhead has been in there for 4 years, they've gotten ahead. But, drain the swamp, make America great again, right? And there's still dickheads out there sucking his fucking asshole hard. You gonna tolerate this shit, people? Really? Really? I mean, you voted for this fucking orange... I don't even know what the fucking call the dude. Really, I don't. And meanwhile, they keep crying racism and how great Barack Obama was, and he did more to fuck the black community than Donald Trump ever could. But let's put him on a pedestal and as a savior of black people. Fucking please. He's an elitist, just like Donald Trump. Just like the two Bush dickheads. And I don't give a fuck if the older Bush is dead. I don't care. I will speak ill of him. This way lies certain tyranny. Now, let's talk about your weapons. How many of you were stupid enough to put yourself on a database? Raise your hand. I don't want to know, because I will mock you, I will ridicule you, I will tell you how fucking retarded you were to do such a thing. You should feel retarded for doing such a thing. These people openly, for the last fucking 20 years, called you their enemy, and you're gonna tell them what you have in your home through registration. You fucking retards. conservatives are the best. Well, not really, because you let them know what the fuck was going on, and now they know to come knocking at your fucking door. You're a retard, is what you are. But I digress. For just one fleeting moment, we the people seemed united in our outrage over this latest killing of an unarmed man by a cop hyped on his own authority and the power of his uniform. And that didn't last long. Right away, you got shit like this. And shit like what I just got through showing you from Tucker Carlson's piece last night. Unity. Oh yeah. We'll be unified as long as we suck the ass of black Americans. Not gonna fucking happen. I'm not sucking the government's ass. I'm not sucking any black man's ass. They can go fuck themselves. They can fuck themselves. All of them. And if you come to me with that bullshit, one of us isn't going to walk away. Straight up. You come to me telling me I need to kneel in solidarity. Hey man, I feel that you don't like being killed by police. I understand this shit. I don't like it either. So fuck yourself if you think I'm going to kneel to you. Not going to happen. I don't care if you have a gun to my head. I don't give a fuck if you have a gun to my wife's head. I don't give a fuck if you threaten to kill my child. You're not getting anyone in my household to kneel before you. You can go fuck yourself. Just like the police can go fuck themselves. Just like the governors can go fuck themselves. The president, Congress, Senate, all of you can go fuck yourself. Now, what this has done, you dumb motherfucking rioters, you fucking retards, just as retarded as the conservative gun owners who registered their weapons. Deliberately or not, the rioters have directed our attention away from the government's crimes and onto their own. This is a distraction. Do not allow yourself to be so distracted. Let's not lose sight of what started all of this in the first place. It was the terroristic, low-down, conniving United States government and their fucking enforcement classes. That's who's responsible. Me, as a common white guy, I'm not responsible for the death of any black man by the hands of police. They are. Not me. More than terrorism, more than domestic extremism, more than gun violence and organized crime, the systemic violence being perpetrated by agents of the government constitutes a greater menace to the life, liberty, and property of its citizens than any of the so-called dangers from which the government claims to protect us. The government does not protect you, they kill you. Period. You want to end the problems? End the government. You want to end the police brutality? And the police departments. You want to end to the constant bailouts of the corporate elite don't work. Don't participate. I mean, the police have been killing white people a hell of a lot more than black people. But where are the riots for that? There should be riots. If there's going to be, for one police murder, there should be riots for them all. All of them. That's how you know this is all staged. Because these dickheads have gotten away with it, and gotten away with it, and gotten away with it. And these governors and the rest of them saw the power beginning to slip from their hands, and they just could not stand that. I mean, keep in mind that the media was calling those in Michigan protesting who didn't break anything, who didn't burn anything. They were calling them extremists, among other things, slandering those people. Anyway, thought I would share this with you. Hope you all have a great day. Again, holler at me, people, if you need something. Holler at me. Till next time, kill the state, live free.